If there's any truth to Vincent's tale about Virginia's blue-blooded past, there's bound to be traces of it online. Let me show you what I found.
Okay. Alright, let's see.
We've got her diploma here too. Vanessa's business degree makes Vincent's cutthroat entrepreneur theory sound at least a little more plausible. And her chemistry degree? She might have picked up a recipe for a poison hotshot.
Interesting.
Sounds like it's time to give her the third degree. Literally.
Let's roll.
You just can't stay away, can you?
Well, you really are smarter than your upper register suggests. Do you remember this?
And I thought it would be enough to peel the bumper sticker from my car. You got me. Guilty as charged. I have an overpriced Ivy League degree. Daddy got it for me, and I just didn't feel right returning it. Bravo. So, is there anything else I can do for you, investigators?
Aw, Mr.
I have a
Last
few
one.
more questions for you, Ms.
Mr.
Dalton.
Les.
We've been talking with Vince.
Oh, right. Guess I forgot to tell you about Vince.
I miss her accent.
After they had some sort of spat, Pete asked me to pretend the guy never existed. It wasn't hard. Vince didn't really fit in at Nightmare Pete's.
And that's it, huh? Alright, let's get to work.
I studied business and science so Daddy would pay for my education. He always told me my love of theater didn't have a future. My work here is, I guess, a pathetic little attempt to earn his approval. I figure I turn Nightmare Pete's into a profitable venture, Daddy will stop pushing me to join the real freaks. On Wall Street.
Pete knows about your background?
Pete knows me as Virginia Dentata, Dark Mistress of the Amazon. Some people know me as Vanessa Dalton, Ivy League grad. We all play different roles for different audiences.
So, Miss Dalton, Pete has no idea about your business ambition. Your plans for the theater.
My business strategy doesn't include murder. In fact, I've got an alibi for last night. I attended an alumni event all evening. Here's the program.
But he said you were with
So
her.
you weren't with Pete last night?
While I was at the event, I assume he was at home, but who knows? We agreed to alibi each other to keep
Okay.
things simple. I've got an idea. Why don't you kids hop in your smoke-filled mystery van and go ask him about it? Tell him I've moved on.
If Virginia wasn't with Pete last night, he could have been anywhere. Let's bring him in and see if he can tell the truth this time.
Wow. Pete!
We have a few questions, and then you might have a couple of questions of your own.
I had nothing to do with the dead girl from last night. Remember, I spent the whole night with Virginia. The whole night, together. What do you mean she was at some fancy cocktail party? I can't believe this.
Virginia's real name is Vanessa Dalton.
Vanessa Dalton? Wait a sec, you're telling me? No.
Told you you might have some questions of your own. Yeah, Virginia didn't exist until a year ago. So your business partner and your girlfriend is Vanessa Dalton.
No, why would she lie to me?
Why don't you tell us the truth about last night? Where were you two?
I already told you the truth. We were together. Maybe there's some things I don't know about her, but I was with her last night at my place.
But she says that she was at the thing. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, you got me. That's my shovel. When we called you guys about the girl, I knew I had to dump it. How'd you find it anyway? Geez, that. Yeah, okay. We found the girl, me and Vince. And he got rid of her. That was all. I'd seen her around before, knew she was a prostitute. Figured it wouldn't be much of a big deal if we just relocated her, you know?
You mean hid her?
It wasn't like that, I swear. She said she was going to a movie, a chick flick. She said I'd be bored. We agreed it'd be best to say we'd been with each other. But bring her in here, we'll sort this out.
We could, but she said she's moved on.
Vanessa said she's moving on. She asked that we not give you her forwarding information. Sorry.
She left me. She lied and she left me. I got nothing. What do I need to say to be put in a cage? All right, I killed them. I shoved swords down those women's throats until they choked to death on their own ice-cold blood. Is that enough?
That's his broken heart talking. And you know what? Vital organs make notoriously bad witnesses. His confession actually points to his innocence. The killer would know that the sword wasn't what killed Bunny. As for Monica Green, Sid just called and said he's got some autopsy results.
Let's go see.
Hey, Sid, what you got for me?
Well, initial examination shows her final moments were similar to Bunny's. Injection of deadly toxins in the neck, lacerations in her esophagus, consistent with a sword being shoved into and then pulled out of her throat.
Deadly.
I thought you'd want to take a look at this. On the left here is the laparoscopic view of the new victim's stomach. The right side shows a view of a normal stomach. See what I see?
Yeah, that candy. But of course. Nope. Ah, just give me the last one. I don't care.
That's right, hard candies. I don't think the candy made the sword go down any easier, though.
I'm gonna head over to the lab right now, see if I can identify just what type of sweet it was.
I only needed one hit. Come on.
Your candy's on deck for trace analysis, but don't worry, I'll keep you entertained while you wait. Monica Green's clothing is an upscale brand. Not the same brand as Bunny's, but comparably expensive. Thought you might be able to do a cross-reference search for any store that sells both brands.
Let's roll. Jeez, of course it's all the way at the corner too.
That's it. Bonatella's Boutique, Upper East Side off Lexington. I'll get a warrant for their sales record and see what kind of surveillance they have.
Okay.
Looks like it's time to take a hard look at the hard candy. The sample image on the left is from the candy box found in the theater. The right side is from the Vic's stomach. See if they match up.
Alrighty. Let's do the inside first.
You got it. The candy from Monica's stomach is the same type that Archie was gobbling at the crime scene. Might not be a big deal if it was just your average sour ball, but this brand has to be ordered directly from a little candy maker in London. Probably worth asking him how his candy got in her belly.
APB on the local fast food joints turned up, Archie.
Mr. Fox, sorry to tear you away from your burger.
I eat like 6 times a day. I've got a big appetite. Voracious, my uncle says. That's a word, right? When I see something I want, I can't help myself. I just grab it and sink my teeth into it.
Yee.
I bet you do. Strong impulses, huh?
If that means sometimes stuffing my face and hardly even remembering it afterward, then yeah. My Uncle Luke. You know what? You should ask if he knows anything about a murderer around here. He's got a good eye for sickos. That's why he told me to go to Nightmare Pete's in the first place.
What?
I want you in there right when the owners arrive, he said. And bring your camera. We need proof of whatever depraved things are going on in that place. Kinda cool. Like a spy, right? But who'd have thought I'd see what I saw?
Oh boy.
My guess is your uncle did.
Yep. His uncle set him up. Nice.
That was Insider? It looks like the same candy I had, but you guys took mine at the theater. I love this stuff, and I don't know where my uncle gets it. I told him once he's got Fantastica Amusement Park all ready, he should order a whole bunch of the stuff for the concession stands.
So yeah, his uncle is the guy, not that guy.
Those candies are my favorite.
We need to look around Lucas Trenton's office at the construction site, but his taste in candy isn't enough for a warrant.
How about his taste in clothing? Lab just got sales records from Bonatella's boutique. Lucas Trenton's the one customer in the last month who bought the particular combination of clothing that we found on our victims. That's enough for a warrant. Let's check out his office.
Oh yeah. I think we found our killer. Almost there, guys. Let's see what we got here. Next, else to be looking for now. Finally, let's see. So this would be a paintbrush, guess not. Hammer. What is this thing here? Not really sure. Hit me up. Oh, you're not gonna give me a hint. Of course. That means I gotta find it myself. Alright. Oh, hello.
Some sort of circuitry?
Sure looks that way. Let's try to connect it all up.
Okay, everything's connected except one. Hold on a second, peoples. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to answer a phone call. No, that's definitely not the right way. Has to be this way. Then he goes that way. Yeah, head real quick. All pieces must be connected to complete the circuit. Oh, wow. No wonder I had it wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's how this part's supposed to be. I got that part done. Now it's just... What was that again? That picture looks a lot different from the one I'm doing, so I guess I shouldn't really be using that one. Jeez, I have them all in there. One, but and I have all the wires to use now. Okay. So we're getting closer, but not there just yet. Got it.
Okay, so what's this, a hiding spot of some sort?
Oof, dang, that was a tricky one. And there we go. Lipstick and
Looks like Mr.
drugs.
Trenton didn't want anyone to find this.
That was a tough puzzle.
Both the syringe and the vial had identical trace residue. Figured you'd want to compare it to the toxic cocktail that was used to kill our Vicks.
I would love to do that, actually. Nope, that's the way. That's not the right one. I thought I grabbed the other one. Let's see. I'm missing. Oh, that goes there. Got it.
That proves it. The victims were killed with the same deadly chemical combination that was in the vial and syringe from Lucas's office. Here's something else. The tube of lipstick we found contains epithelials. Let's see if we can match the DNA from these skin cells to DNA from our two Vicks.
Okay. Nope, moved out the way. These ones are much tougher. Got it.
That's about as perfect a chromosomal match as you can get. Looks like both victims used that tube of lipstick.
Uh-oh.
Or if my theory's correct, Lucas used it on them. I think his ride is about to come to an abrupt end.
Ton of cat in this fish.
Could we be quick about this? I have work to do, you know. Redemption, rejuvenation, these things don't happen on their own. If I'm going to deliver on the promise I made to my friends and family, that Coney Island will be safe again, I can't spend any more time away from my site.
Oh boy.
Fantastica Amusement Park's construction is at a critical stage. My supervision and guidance is imperative. Is that really relevant? Well, I've got a sister and a few nephews.
We've been talking with one of your nephews.
You don't say. Which one? Cliff, who runs a batting cage in Tulsa?
Archie, who was there when our first Vic was discovered.
Oh, I had no idea he was there.
Oh, really?
You know, now that you mention him, Archie has always possessed an unpredictable temperament. Whether he's capable of double homicide? That's not for me to say.
Dude, that's so wrong. I can't blame him.
Certainly. I'm not the only New Yorker who orders candy. Anyway, I just opened a new box when it disappeared from my office. Could have been any sideshow creep who broke into the trailer and snatched it.
Okay.
Oh Lord, don't tell me my favorite treats were present at a murder. Just despicable.
Dude.
Addicts abound in the area. One of them must have slipped into my trailer, used it as their pad to get drugged up, or whatever it is they call it.
Oh,
How do you
God.
explain the fact that it contained the trace elements of poison that killed both our victims? The woman found on your property and the woman found at Nightmare Pete's.
I can't keep track of all the vices the people around here engage in. Maybe suicide's the new high. Can't blame them, really. Some of these people are so lost, death would be a sweet relief.
Is that a confession, Lucas?
Absolutely not. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but it's not going to work.
Dude.
Just some trash I picked up at my site that I must have forgotten to throw away.
You always hide your trash in secret cabinets?
I don't know. Maybe I was holding on to it for some reason or another. I forget now, whatever it was.
Or maybe you were worried that we could match it to the two women you applied it to.
That's disgusting.
Disgusting, but true. We got him.
Your story doesn't add up, Mr. Trenton. The evidence does. The clothing on the victims are the exact outfits you purchased for Bonatella's boutique.
I am a crusader. I am the one restoring Coney Island. Why would I, of all people, throw two dead bodies onto the already towering heap of sin in this area?
Because you thought two more bodies might finally make the whole pile fall.
What are you talking about?
You decided to kill two women. Why? Because, hey, how did you put that a couple of minutes ago? Death would be a sweet relief for them. And this way, the press and the local government couldn't ignore the troubled state of Coney Island.
I would never kill two women.
Maybe you would have stopped at one, but when word of Monica Green's death never surfaced, you were angry, so you had to try again. And this time, you weren't letting the body vanish without evidence. You dispatched your unwitting nephew to snap a few photos of it, didn't you?
You just tossed her aside like trash, staining the grounds of my development.
That's game.
And you treated her with respect? Please, you injected poison into her neck and shoved a sword down her throat.
More respect than those girls deserved. They were a sacrifice, and it wasn't cheap. After they were gone, I dressed them beautifully, made them pretty again, so that their exits from this life would be accompanied by a grace and dignity they would never find while living. That heap of sin will fall one day, and you and all the others who let it gather will be crushed under its tremendous weight.
Wow. This dude slipped his wig. Wow. That was a good case. Really good. Well, hope you guys had fun with that one. That was actually pretty interesting. Next time we play, we'll be doing Hill Ridge Confidential. Until then, this is Cooliex Twilight Dragon, signing off.